Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to break down something incredibly important, the VA housing grants. These are a genuine lifeline for veterans with ALS and their families, designed to help create safe and accessible homes.
Just think about it for a second. Imagine the one place you're supposed to feel the most comfortable, your own home, suddenly becoming filled with challenges. For veterans living with ALS, this isn't just some hypothetical. It's a daily reality, where the home you know so well can start to feel like a maze of obstacles.
You see, as mobility changes, things we never even think twice about can become huge barriers. And that's the core problem we're talking about today, a problem that really needs a powerful solution. So let's dig into what that actually looks like.
Take a standard doorway, something you walk through a dozen times a day. All of a sudden, it's just too tight for a wheelchair. And just like that, parts of your own home are effectively sealed off. Or what about a simple flight of stairs? Whether it's to the front door or up to a bedroom, those steps can become an impossible mountain to climb, really restricting your freedom to move around.
And bathrooms, oh boy. With high tubs and really tight spaces, they can quickly become one of the most hazardous areas in the entire house, posing some serious safety risks day in and day out. But this is where the support you earn through your service really kicks in. The Department of Veterans Affairs offers a powerful answer to these challenges through its housing adaptation grants. So, what are these grants, really? Well, simply put, they're funds that the VA provides to help veterans build, buy, or modify a home to make it completely barrier-free. The entire goal is to restore independence and, most importantly, ensure safety. Okay, now this right here is a huge deal. For eligible veterans, the VA actually presumes ALS is connected to their military service. This is an absolute game changer because it often means automatic qualification for these incredible housing benefits. Now, the VA doesn't offer a one-size-fits-all solution. Think of it more like a toolkit. There are 3 main grant programs, and figuring out which tool is the right one for your situation is the really important next step. Let's break this down. First, you've got the Specially Adapted Housing Grant, or SAH. That's the big one for major projects and extensive changes. Then, there's the Special Housing Adaptation Grant, or SHA. That's for key modifications that are a little less extensive. And finally, you have the Temporary Residence Adaptation, or TRA grant, which is designed for a very specific situation, when a veteran is living with a family member. Let's focus on that first one for a second, the SAH grant. We're talking about funding that can exceed $100,000. I mean, that is a serious amount of money that has the power to create truly life-changing transformations. And what's brilliant is the flexibility. The SAH grant isn't just for renovations. You can use it to build a custom accessible home from the ground up, or buy a house and adapt it, or even apply it to the mortgage of a home that's already been modified. So many options. So what's the main difference between the other 2 grants? It really just boils down to where you live. The SMH grant is for modifying your own home, while the TRA grant is for adapting a family member's home where you happen to be staying. Okay, knowing your options is fantastic, but how do you actually get the ball rolling? Let's walk through the application process and see how it all comes together into a clear, manageable plan. The journey kind of looks like this. First, you confirm your disability status with the VA. Second, you submit that key form, 264555. Then, the VA reviews everything. That leads to a home assessment by specialists. And finally, once the whole plan gets the green light, the funding is released, step by step. And I really want to emphasize this. Navigating all the paperwork and planning, it can feel overwhelming, for sure. But the VA has built a support system to guide you every step of the way. You are not expected to do this all on your own. This is your team. You've got Veteran Service Officers, or VSOs, who can help with the application itself. And then you have all these other experts, occupational therapists, rehab specialists, who will work directly with you to plan modifications that meet your needs, not just for today, but for the future too. So, after all the planning, after the construction's done, what's the real-world result? Well, it's about so much more than just a renovated house. It's about reclaiming your independence and your quality of life. And let's be real, these modifications are not cheap. As you can see here, even a single bathroom remodel can cost tens of thousands of dollars. This is exactly why the financial relief from these grants is so absolutely critical for families. And the impact is just profound. We're talking about things like roll-in showers that restore privacy, ceiling lifts that protect caregivers from injury, and ramps that turn a house back into a home you can freely enter and exit. they're game changers.
This quote just nails it. These physical adaptations have such a deep emotional impact. They allow a veteran to stay in their own environment, surrounded by family, which is just fundamental to maintaining that sense of dignity.
So when you boil it all down, it's this. These grants are not just about materials and labor. They are a true investment in a family's stability, a veteran's safety, and the dignity they earn through a lifetime of service. So we'll end with this thought. For veterans and their families who are facing the challenges of ALS, these grants open up a world of possibilities. They help turn a question of what if into a solid plan for what's next. Thanks so much for joining us.